President Aquino vows a continuing campaign against corruption in government. In a speech at the Second State Conference on the United Nations Convention Against Corruption held in Malacanang, the President said more cases will be filed against government personnel involved in anomalies. Elena Luna follows report.
President Aquino highlighted the reforms taken by the government to fight corruption as Malacanang played host to the Second State Conference on UNCAC. UNCAC is the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, an international treaty ratified by 173 countries, including the Philippines.
Since we last met, our administration has filed an additional 159 cases against smugglers, tax evaders, and erring government officials through the Run After the Smugglers, Run After Tax Evaders, and Revenue Integrity Protection Service programs. Prominent lawmakers, former heads of GSIS and government agencies, and others in the private sector who conspired to steal from the people through the Priority Development Assistance Fund have been arrested and are now undergoing the appropriate processes to determine accountability. We should emphasize these are only the initial cases filed. More will come once the necessary evidence is assembled.
The conference gathered the country's leaders in the three branches of government, the executive, judiciary, and legislative. The officials called on the public to be patriots, encouraging them to come forward and file cases with pieces of evidence against public officials. They also vowed to help craft and enact anti-corruption laws.
It is the most scrutinized budget, Mr. President, as its provisions were carefully dissected and analyzed to ensure that it is insulated from loopholes where graft and corruption can thrive. Mr. President, there is no more PDAF in the budget which you have submitted to Congress, and that we have sustained. There will be no PDAF in this budget. The legislators will have no participation in terms of identifying projects after the budget is signed.
The conference became an opportunity for President Aquino to immediately act on the request of Supreme Court Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno, who spoke on the reforms implemented in the judiciary.
We continue to push for the modernization of our courts and automation of our processes because we strongly believe that technology can be an effective anti-corruption tool as it minimizes the areas of human intervention. Of course, such initiatives require funding, and this is the reason why we continually appeal for additional budgetary support.
Butch, I hope you took note of the budgetary requirements of the judiciary that should be attended to post haste. And since the approving authority is present also, perhaps we can lobby them for the speedy inclusion of what is necessary to help the judiciary in our common fight against corruption, amongst others.
Part of the conference was the presentation of the resolution to President Aquino by Executive Secretary Paquito Choa Jr. and Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales. It contained the request of the issuance of an executive order which the President signed last night. For the People's Television, Elena Luna.